The next UML diagram we'll see is the activity diagram. Activity diagram is a behavioral diagram. That is, it talks about action. Activity diagrams are graphical representations of workflows or flow charts. We have seen some flow charts of stepwise activities and actions with support for choice, iteration, and concurrency. Okay, what does this mean? You see in a minute. In an activity diagram, ellipses represent actions, diamonds represent decisions, a black circle represents the initial node, an encircled black circle represents the end or the final node. Bars represent the start, split, or end, join of concurrent activities. Rectangles represent objects or classes. Okay, let me go back to an earlier page of our lecture notes, page 2. Okay, I'm opening a new window so that I don't lose this current page. Okay, so in page 2, this is a flow chart. Okay, flow chart is different from activity diagram because activity diagram has these specific requirements. Okay, so to begin with, we are looking at ellipses representing action. Okay, like for example here, reduce the guess by 1. That's an action. So it should be in an ellipse. Diamonds represent decision. So does does guess evenly divide both values? Well, this can be written in form of a decision or a condition and so on. Okay, for starting you need a black circle, for ending you need a black circle in another circle. Bars represent start and split. Start, which is a split, or end, which is a join. Okay, and rectangles represent objects and classes. Okay, so let's go back. I still need to explain to you what bars here means. So let's go to UMLAT, go to UMLATino, open it, and here go to activities. These are the bars. Okay, so you see how some action started. We are just starting something. Here is a bar. Bar allows me to run two processes simultaneously. So this is a start, and whatever we open we have to close, and that is a another bar for a stop, end of these parallel processes. Okay, and then they join, and then from there you start a new process. All right, so that's the purpose of a bar. All right, so here is an activity diagram to find the GCD of two positive integers. Previously we saw a flow chart. So you need a starting point, dark circle, with you need to guess given two numbers. So you have to set two numbers. Guess is the minimum of the two, and it is in an ellipse. All right, and then you go into a conditional. Okay, because that's what diamond is. Diamond is where you make decisions. Conditional. Does guess divide u evenly. That is, u, the remainder when u is divided by guess is equal 0. Is the remainder when v is divided by guess is 0. If there is a yes, then GCD is the guess and you are done. That is the final node. If the remainder is not 0, one of the remainders is not 0, then you reduce the guess by 1. That's what this means. And then go back and continue with this. So here is a loop. Okay. So we are able to loop iteration. You are able to use concurrency. Concurrency means having several processes continue at some point. Okay, you are able to make choice, all right, and so on. So that's an activity diagram. So here is an activity diagram for using the first algorithm to find GCD of two numbers. I ask you to now draw another activity diagram using Euclid's algorithm. That is the second flowchart. Draw an activity diagram using Euclid's algorithm. If you have any questions, let's see. How do you draw something? Look, when you go to the activity, UML activity, you already have an initial node, that is the start. And so that's where your diagram begins. And this is where your program ends, algorithm ends, correct? So when I want a rectangle, there is a state, right? I have a state. When I want an arrow, well, here is an arrow from my initial to my state. When I want to fill in something, I fill in there. UV are positive integers. Okay, so maybe I need to make it bigger. So it looks better now. I'll just central. It's all right. Okay, what do I do when I need an ellipse? So notice I don't have an ellipse here, but that shouldn't bother me much. Let me go look for other things. You know, you can choose. I think I saw an ellipse somewhere here. No, it's not in the state machine. Uh, Maybe in the package. No, no, of course not. Composite. No. You see how we can find other diagrams as we want. Okay, so play with this until you find what you need. Okay, so instead of white, guess equals minimum of u and v. Okay, so you have an action undertaken here. I need an arrow from here, so I'll go back to my activity option and get an arrow from there. Okay, and so on. Now I need a diamond here. I may better make it large. There you go. And I'll fill in something. These are my guesses, right? This is my decision. Is the remainder when u is divided by is the remainder when u is divided by guess equals 0? Is the remainder when v is divided by guess equals 0? So notice double equal means it's a conditional, right? So I got another arrow starting from here, going until here. Okay, all right. Now, what if it is a yes? Then I'm done. So that tells me that has to be done using an ellipse. So let me copy it. Whoops. Looks like I'm moving the wrong guy. Okay. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so what does this say? This would be my option for yes. You understand? Now, if I'm no, then I have to go somewhere here. So, mind you, if I don't want to take too much time, but anytime I want to bend an arrow, I just choose any point I want to bend it, and there it go. It's able to bend. So this drawing is very easy with your mallet. Okay, so please draw an activity diagram using Euclid's algorithm. Okay, until then.